How's it going, folks? It's Zacqhary here, and today I will be doing some NU with a team that is kind of quickly put together like last time. There wasn't really anything in particular that I wanted to build the team around. I kind of wanted to use Fletchender, but for the most part I just put things together that I felt like using, kinda sorta. And it looks like his lead will most likely be Primeape or Golurk. Golurk to set up rocks, Primeape because it's probably Scarfed, might be Banded. So I think it will be safe to lead with maybe Ludicolo? I kind of want to just lead with Uxie or Garbodor, because that's what I usually lead with, but I'll lead with Garbodor. Hopefully he leads with Primeape and not Golurk. If he leads with Golurk, I'll just switch, but he leads with Combusken, which I didn't expect. This thing's kind of annoying. I don't want it to try and get a sub, although it might just protect. I'll just go straight for the Gunk Shot because I don't want it to sub turn 1. Oh, he goes for the Agility. Oh, might be the special set. Why would you have Agility with Speed Boost, though? That seems not necessary. Maybe this is Baton Pass and he'll be going into Beheeyem? Yeah. That's what it looks like. He might also Baton Pass into Vileplume, but I doubt it. I feel like Beheeyem, yeah, is his mon of choice. And I get the poison, which is nice. He might be Analytic, in which case I can't really take this hit with anything. My best option is to try and take it with Uxie. My Uxie is specially defensive. He just goes for the Recover. Well, this is kind of bad for me, but maybe I'll just Stealth Rock. If he has Shadow Ball, it'll do a lot. He is Calm Mind, which is bad for me. I am just going to Memento to get out of here. I don't have U-Turn. This is a situation where U-Turn would be much more helpful than Memento, but Memento occasionally helps me set up Rain with Ludicolo, or set up with Fletchender. Here I am going to he's going to outspeed everything, so I should probably just go into Cryogonal to Haze. I should be able to take one hit unless he has Focus Blast. Although with Calm Mind and Recover, he probably has Psychic and maybe Shadow Ball. But he might still have Focus Blast. I'm not sure what his coverage will be. But yeah, oh, I still outsped, which is good to know. I'm just going to start trying to whittle him down. Without the speed and the Calm Mind boost, it's not really that scary anymore, so he might switch out. He won't be able to Calm Mind up because of the Haze. He might have Psyshock. No, he only has Psychic, which is good for me. It does seem like he has Analytic because that did a lot. Because even though Cryogonal has paper-thin physical defense, it is pretty bulky on the special side. And he's not recovering, so I should knock him out here, which is good. The Cryogonal won't be super useful against most of his team because of the Combusken, and the Primeape will be easily able to kill Cryogonal. But getting rid of that threat is really good. Haze would come in handy, except not being able to outspeed things because of the speed boosts will mean that Haze won't be able to work, because I'll just be knocked out. I expect he'll go into either Primeape or Combusken. If he goes into Combusken, I still don't know if he's special or physical. I still don't know what attacks he has. If he has any attacks, that is. So Primeape comes out. I'm just going to go into Garbodor. The Cryogonal would easily die to Primeape. There's no point in staying in. Because the Garbodor will easily be able to eat up whatever this Primeape goes for. I'm not fully physically defensive, but I am nearly max HP and a lot of physical defense. He has a Quick Claw. Okay. I am pretty low on the ladder. This is only my second game. So that might be why his team is really, really unorthodox. I mean, the Beheeyem thing was pretty scary, but Quick Claw Primeape with Cross Chop is not that scary, obviously. I don't even really know what he's doing. Yeah, he goes into Golurk, so he'll probably go for the Earthquake, which means I can probably safely go into Cryogonal. Like I said, the Cryogonal, it can do pretty good damage to the Lantern and the Vileplume, but they're so bulky anyway. And I have the Ludicolo to deal with them pretty easily, Ludicolo and Fletchinder. So even if... yeah, he didn't predict this anyway, so... here, I should just go for the Freeze Dry. I shouldn't really try to predict against this guy. I mean, he has Quick Claw Primeape. I really don't know what to expect. The only thing he really has to take this Freeze Dry is Combusken. He's taking a while, though. Even though I think he turned the timer on me. Ugh. If he ends up timing out, I will just skip it. But I really don't want to... I really don't want to waste time on this, so... oh, he didn't time out. And he went for the Drain Punch, which is alright with me. I'll just go into Ludicolo, try to set up the rain. And hope he doesn't stay in. I don't think there's much he can do to my Ludicolo anyway. Oh, I have Scald over Hydro Pump. Mostly because even if the rain is not up, Scald is a good move with the chance to burn. And he gets a crit, which sucks, but... it doesn't matter that much. I'll just Scald. Nothing on his team should outspeed me. I mean, he does have Quick Claw Primeape, so there's the potential that that will outspeed me, but I don't know if he has weird bulky Golurk or not. Probably not, because the Ice Punch did so much even though it was a crit. He goes into Vileplume, and I'm just going to Ice Beam. I could save Ludicolo because it does really handle his team, but after Sock puts a dent in the Lantern, Fletchinder should clean up really well. And that Ice Beam almost killed him anyway. That was a lot. So here, I'll just go into Sock. Possibly. Actually, I can probably go into Garbodor. He can't really do anything to me. Yeah, I'll go into Garbodor. And set up my Toxic Spikes again, because they'll be really helpful against the Lantern. Oh, he's a really annoying set, which sucks for me, but he must have... Does he not have very much HP investment? He got a lot back from that Leech Seed. Combuskin should die here, yeah. I don't know if he's going to switch back into Vileplume. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. If he just wants to absorb the Toxic Spikes. I probably should have just gone straight for Gunk Shot, but I'll just go for it here. Since I am Leech Seeded, I don't want him to get back too much HP. And he switches. Why? That did so much damage, and he's not getting that much back because he should have more HP than me, so the Leech Seed won't give him as much HP back, percentage-wise. He probably should have just stayed in with Vileplume. If my Gunk Shot connects, and of course, I should not have jinxed it. That sucks for me. His team is really unorthodox, but because of that miss, I might lose. I really need to crit or get a poison or something. And I don't. This is annoying for me, but it can't be helped. You know, Gunk Shot, and I miss a second time, which is really annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna end up losing to a really unorthodox team. I don't get a poison. Sock should be able... I'm hoping Sock should be able to take this thing out. I am adamant Max Attack Choice Banded. And since he went for the Thunderbolt, he didn't get more HP back. I'm just going to Earthquake, and it should hopefully knock him out. And I do have my Sturdy intact, because I am Sturdy instead of Mold Breaker. Mostly because most of the Levitators I don't really have an issue with trying to Earthquake. There's nothing really in the tier that I need Mold Breaker for. So, even though his Lantern turned out to be annoying, I should... Yeah, this Primeape is really weak for some reason. I should be able to clean up, definitely, with Sock and Fletchinder. But it just goes to show that even on low ladder, even against really unorthodox teams and unorthodox sets, you can't let your guard down, really, and act like the opponent isn't a threat just because their sets are unusual or because they have less experience. Because there was a potential that I could have lost, but you know, it just shows that you really should always play your best, even if your opponent seems a little inexperienced. Load, please. Please. There we go. My opponent's team is really fat. The Rampardos is kind of a threat. He might lead with Gigalith. I'm not sure what his Stealth Rocker is. He has Piloswine, Gigalith, and Cradily, all which are common Stealth Rockers, so I'm not sure there. This team's going to be kind of annoying to try and beat, I think. I'll just lead with Sock, I think. Against the... Oh, see, this is an instance where Mold Breaker... Well, too late. This is an instance where Mold Breaker would have been helpful, because if I had Mold Breaker on Sock and he had led with Gigalith, my Mold Breaker would ignore his Sturdy and knock him out in one hit. But the Sturdy... This Rampardos might be Scarfed, in which case it might be helpful to have Sturdy. Yeah, he is Scarfed, and it didn't matter anyway, apparently, because he didn't bring me down to Sturdy. Which is weird, because Rampardos is insanely strong. But I should definitely save Sock, because it does outspeed his entire team. This thing obviously has Ice Shard, otherwise he wouldn't have brought it in. In which case I can probably just go into Uxie. But I would like to save Sock, because if I can get past the priority on Cacturn and this Piloswine, then Sock can deal with everything that he has left. So definitely going to set up Stealth Rock. He doesn't have anything to get rid of hazards. It looks like he just has a really bulky, maybe has Stealth Rock on one of his Mons, but bulky and relatively powerful team. Cacturn... I'm gonna go for Thunder Wave so that he can't Sucker Punch. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. He might Swords Dance, which would be a bit scary for me, but I should be able to handle it. I do have Fletchinder, which means that as long as Fletchinder's alive, the Cacturn's not really a threat. He does go for the Swords Dance, but it shouldn't really matter. I think here I'll go into Garbodor. Like I said, as long as Fletchinder's alive, the Cacturn really isn't a threat, because my priority will outspeed his priority, and he's kind of stuck trying to Sucker Punch while I can hopefully set up hazards. Because other than Sucker Punch, he can't really hit Garbodor. He probably has a grass move like Seed Bomb and maybe Drain Punch, and I resist both of those, so he'll either just continue Sucker Punching or switch out, most likely, or try Swords Dancing again. And it says he left. Yep, my opponent disconnected. Well, most likely what would have happened is I would have been able to set up at least one layer of Toxic Spikes, and if he stayed in, I could have easily dealt with the Cacturn, either with the Garbodor or Fletchinder. If he had switched out, I would have played around the priority on Cacturn and Piloswine and used Sock to deal with the Cradily and the Quagsire and most likely the Gigalith. Really, he didn't have much to handle my team, so I just would have had to play well with my offensive threats of Fletchinder, Sock, and Ludicolo. Penis! Penis! Penis!